Hi guys, you know where you are, Card Magic 365, where we always do card tricks. Now on this particular effect, you introduce a deck of cards and you say to your audience, don't card tricks get a little bit boring after a while? You know how it is. You select a card, you take a card, you think of a card. The 9, the king, the ace, a club, a spade, a heart. And it all gets a bit samey. On this trick, we're going to do something different. We're not going to get you to pick the faces, but the backs. And there's a reason, because on the backs of these cards, I've marked every one with something special. Each one has a name of a pop star. We have Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, Joss Stone, Jay-Z, David Bowie, George Michael, Justin Timberlake, Rita Ora, Ollie Murs, Katy Perry, Ed Sheeran, Ariana, Pink, Britney Spears, Adele. Every card has a different pop artist on. And I'm going to get you to choose one of these randomly. Now, it's believed that magicians can tell just by voice alone what card you would pick. Now, let me show you what I mean. We've got a deck of cards here that are shuffled. I want you to cut about half the cards. Okay, and keep those for yourself. And I use these ones to demonstrate what I want you to do in a moment, because I'm going to turn around, not to be rude, but just so that I can't watch what you're doing. But those cards you've just taken, what I'm going to get you to do is, when I turn around, I want you to grab half the cards, get rid of the cards on the table, put them in your pocket so I can't see them. I then want you to glimpse the artist that you've cut to. Yeah, remember that card, and then in case you think I know the order of these, I want you to shuffle the cards up as much as you like that, and then I'll turn around again. So without further ado, the spectator will reach over the cards. You'll turn your back so you're not looking at them. You can either turn your back, leave the room, or even put a scarf over your eyes. The spectator will grab a portion of the cards. They will put these in their pocket. They will glimpse the card that they cut to, and they will remember that. And before you turn around, they will then shuffle these cards in case anyone thinks there's some kind of order to these. You turn around and you say, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to just hold up each one, and I want you to call out the names as I show them. So Jessie J, Beyonce, Adele, Britney Spears, Ariana, Katy Perry, Ice-T, Justin Bieber, Pink, Nicki Minaj, Harry Styles, Flo Rida, Gary Barlow, Calvin Harris, Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga, Drake, and Ed Sheeran. From your voice, you had a choice of any of these cards. You shuffled them up. They could be in any order. Yet I know that the card that you picked, the artist that you chose, is Nicki Minaj. The trick you've just seen is an old classic trick among magicians, and in fact I used to use a Cy Stebbins stack to do this, because the cards will be stacked, as you'll see in a moment. Now that often throws a lot of magicians off, because the stack gets ruined when the spectator shuffles the cards. So how could you possibly know what they chose? Well, using these cards, and all you need is a regular deck of cards. There's nothing special about these. Try and find an old pack that you don't use anymore. And what you can do is, on the backs of these, you can write the names of pop artists, groups. It could be the names of locations. In fact, an old trick that I was going to do but I couldn't find, I must have misplaced it, was I used to do a similar trick to this using the same method, but they were postcards. I had picture postcards from different countries and it worked exactly the same. But let me just show you the secret of this. What you do is you write on the backs of these whatever you want as a subject. Mine is all these pop artists. Okay. Now on about a half of the pack, or just under, you don't even need that many. I've got about 24, 25 cards here. You write on these artists, well, any artist, but you have to remember the order. Now to make it easy, I've done mine in alphabetical order. So Ariana, Beyonce, Calvin Harris, Drake, Ed Sheeran, Flo Rida, Gary Barlow. So I'm just using the first letter in the alphabet, okay, as you go through. And I've only gone down to W. Now there is one letter missing here, and that's the letter Q. And that's because I couldn't find any single artist with the letter Q as the start of their name. Obviously I couldn't use Queen because that's the name of a group. But I know that I'm missing out the Q. Anyway, I've gone down to W. I don't need to do any more than that. Now these are stacked. The other thing is, it's very simple for me to remember this, because if somebody gives me a letter of the alphabet, like J, I know that Justin Bieber was written. If they gave me P, I know it was Post Malone. If it was S, I know it's Sam Smith. And if it's A, it's Ariana Grande. So I kind of know these off by heart anyway. So pick a subject that you would know straight away who they are just from the first letter. So with this stack, the other cards just go at the bottom like that, and you're all ready to go. If you want to do some false shuffles with just the lower half of the pack, you can do. I find you don't need to. By spreading these, they're totally mixed up anyway, because you couldn't care less about these faces. You tell the spectator to cut the cards in half. It doesn't matter if they cut more than half or a little bit less, as long as it's somewhere near. You will grab the lower half because none of these names mean anything to you. Okay, so you just grab these and you use these to demonstrate what you want to do. Cut the card, pocket these, have a look at this, and then shuffle these. That's the only instructions you've got to give. So with these cards, they're going to cut anywhere. Okay, let's cut somewhere like here. Now, they've cut the cards here, they pocket the rest of them. You don't need those. Now these cards, they are in a stack. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, even without looking, I know that the bottom card is Justin Bieber. And there it is, Justin Bieber. So, with that in mind, you now know how the trick works, because once they've remembered that card, you ask them to shuffle them. Now this shuffling is the one that confuses magicians, because even if you thought there was a stack, how could you possibly know what card they had chosen? So once they've shuffled these, in fact, the more they shuffle them, the better, because it messes up your alphabetical order. Then all you do is you take these and you can either just show them and ask them to call out the names, or something like that. It doesn't really matter what you do. You could even deal them down on the table in a haphazard way. Whatever method you do, all you're going to do in your head as you do this, when I was going like this, when I was going like this to show each card and they were calling it out, in my mind I was just doing A, B, C, D, E, F, and so on, so forth. And when I got down to here, I would have got to J. And at this point, I know that it was Justin Bieber, and you could either write it down, or even if you got your phone, you might have pictures of all those 24, 25 artists, and you could quickly scroll to it and show them the picture and say, is that the one you chose? It's a great little packet effect. It's a great little card trick. Practice and enjoy.